I'm fully
Recording.
recording.
Beautiful. Okay, good to go.
It's no.
Hi, everyone. Just for clarity, I'm stepping in for our Speaker Gill today. We'll be Speaker Ludeman for the next couple of hours. He's not feeling very well. So we will go ahead and start with Senator introductions, starting with Senator Perez.
Hey, y'all, I'm Xander, PFC Senate Seat 1.
Hi, I'm Marisol, I'm PFC Senate Seat 2 and PFC Chair.
Hi guys, my name is Jess. I use they, she pronouns. I'm PFC Senate Seat 3 and PFC Vice Chair.
Hello, my name is May. My pronouns are they, them, and PFC Senate Seat 4.
I'm Logan, UCM pronouns, Seat 5, CFC, and CFC Vice Chair.
I'm Piper. I use she, her pronouns. I'm seat 6.
I'm Sam. I use he, him pronouns. Seat 8 DFC.
Hey everybody, my name is Bella Hopper. Hey, I'm the chair of DFC. I use she, her pronouns. I'm Senate seat 9. Hi everybody, my name is Ivana Modieta. I use she, her pronouns. I'm Senate seat 11 academics. Hello, my name is Ami. I'm Senate seat 16 and on academic 7.
I am Dre. I hold seat 17.
My name is Robin Bailey. I use he, him pronouns. I'm Senate seat 18, representing the School of Journalism and Communication.
Hi, my name is Bridget Mariaga. I'm Senate Seat 21, academic senator.
Hi everyone, Kayla Fisher. I use she, her pronouns. And I'm academic seat 22.
Hello, I'm Sarah Questenberry. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm academic seat 23.
Hi, I'm Addie. I'm a clerk and I'm speaking from.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I use she, her pronouns. I'm DFC seat 10, acting today as the Deputy Speaker. And my name is Karen Ludeman. I am Senate seat 20 and acting Speaker.
Everyone, Joseph Egley, giving pronouns. I am the Director of Finance advocating for Priscilla and the Vice President.
All right, thank you, everyone. We will now move into the reading of the land acknowledgement. Is there any senator that would like to? Senator O'Neill.
The University of Oregon is located on Kalapuya Uihi, the traditional indigenous homeland of the Kalapuya people. Following treaties between 1851 and 1855, Kalapuya people were dispossessed of their indigenous homeland by the United States government and forcibly removed to the Coast Reservation in Western Oregon. Today, Kalapuya descendants are primarily citizens of the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde and the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians. And they continue to make important contributions to their communities, to the UO, to the lands now known as Oregon, and to the world. In following the Indigenous Protocol of acknowledging the original people of the land we occupy, we also extend our respects to the 9 federally recognized Indigenous nations of Oregon: the Burns Paiute Tribe, the Confederated Tribes of the Coos, Lower Umpqua, and Siuslaw Indians, the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde and Confederated Tribes of the Siletz Indians, the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs, the Coquille Indian Tribe, the Cow Creek Band of Umpqua Tribe of Indians, and the Klamath Tribes. We express our respects to the many more tribes who have ancestral connections to this territory, including the Chinook Indian Nation and the Fort McDermott Paiute and Shoshone tribes, as well as to all other displaced indigenous peoples who call Oregon home.
Thank you, Senator O'Neill. We're also trying out something different today. We're also going to read ASUO's mission statement. Is there a senator that would like to read that as well? Senator Smith.
The purpose of the ASUO is to provide for the social, cultural, educational, and physical development of its members, the UO students, and for the advancement of the individual and collective interests of the family and the university.
Thank you, Senator O'Neill. We'll now move to the approval of the agenda.
That was Senator Smith.
Oh, sorry. Senator Smith. Senator Peters.
I move to approve the agenda. Seconded Fisher.
Motion made by Peters, seconded Fisher. All right. right, do we have anybody here for announcements today? Osberg.
Hi y'all, I will keep my update pretty quick. Just two quick things to update on. For those of you who I haven't met, hi, I'm Sophia. I'm with Osberg. We're a statewide student-run and funded advocacy organization here at the U of O and all across the country. And a couple of big updates from our organization. One is about our campaign to make textbooks more affordable. I won't belabor the point too much, but as I'm sure everyone knows, textbooks just cost way too much money. And so we've been advocating since the early 2000s to bring down the cost of textbooks in higher education by advocating for open educational resources, which are free and open licensed textbooks for students to use. So that we can have more access to all of this knowledge in the world that should be at our fingertips. Every couple of years, we write and release a report on textbook affordability about fixing the broken textbooks market, and we're releasing the newest version of that report in just a couple of weeks. This specific version of the report focuses on the increased rise in some campuses, automatic textbook billing programs, so requiring whole campuses at once to pay a flat fee for textbook costs, despite all of the other reasons why they might not actually have to pay that much to begin with. And then 2 access codes. So I don't know if you guys taken language classes, for example, having to pay for access codes to access the course material for a term is just absurd. And so those are the 2 big focuses of this report. And so we're going to be hosting media events here at the U of O and all across the country to release this report. So we'll be hosting a press conference here at the U of O on Tuesday, February 10th. Inviting local media outlets. We'll be reaching out and pitching the story to statewide outlets as well. And then our partners are going to be pitching this report nationally to national media outlets like the New York Times and the AP to try to get some stories syndicated in the national press. This is one of the biggest opportunities that we have for bringing media attention to our campaigns each year. And so excited to keep you guys all posted on that, but we'll also be delivering that report at our federal lobby day in a couple of weeks, at our state lobby day here at the University of Oregon in Salem, here in Oregon, to build that momentum and support for lowering the cost of textbooks here statewide, as well as federally as well. So really excited about that. Anyone that wants to join that press release and that press conference is welcome to join. I can send Sam probably the information on that. He can send it out. And then 2, just really quickly, we are putting more of the plan together for our Salem Lobby Day on February 18th. Just want to highlight that the key opportunities there are around increased funding for protecting coastal wildlife and our Protect Our Oceans campaign. So increased funding for wildlife conservation programs all across the state. 2, work around our Zero Hunger campaign, building momentum and visibility for state laws that would help reduce food waste and divert food to people in need, into composting centers and into donation centers when needed. And then 3, we want to build momentum this year to lay the groundwork for increased prioritization of textbook funding into FY27 session. And so we're going to be laying the groundwork for that, distributing the report and highlighting the importance of open textbooks at this lobby day to build in momentum to relaunch our statewide higher education coalition. And that's all. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Next we have Senator Fisher.
Hi, everyone. It's happy week to be here. Why did I say that? I don't know. My announcement is that the Overrealized Committee has officially approved our Overrealized application as of today at approximately 4:45. So the application is official. We're hoping to get it posted on the ASUO Gov website, on the ASUO Gov Instagram, maybe possibly sending out via email. So we have lots of ways to get it out. But if you could also tell your friends about it, that would be amazing. I can send any link or PDF. Overrealized is specifically meant for long-term student projects. Anyone can apply. You just have to be a student of the university and have some kind of relationship with a larger entity to have money, but it could be for anything that you possibly want. Previous projects have included Native Indigenous flagpoles, as well as murals on campus and film projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator Fisher. Is there anyone else here for announcements? Going once? No, okay, anybody here for public forum? All right, Senator Bailey.
Yeah, hi, I'll keep this short. I'll just say, there's so many people over here. I was at the federal building last night. They used a flashbang. They shot pepper bullets? No, it's pepper balls at us. They used tear gas. When there are calls from the community to go to the federal building, if you can go, you should go. But if you do go, please be safe. Last night was an escalation beyond what I have seen from DHS here in Eugene. And it was scary. But that's why it's more important than ever to be out there and supporting the people who are there every day. Because when shit hits the fan, those are the people that they take and they detain. And luckily, I believe everyone from last night was released at the end of the night. But we have to keep the energy up to get those results. So I yield.
Thank you, Senator Bailey. So important to support our community. So. All right, now we will move into financial business. Current surplus amount is $375,423. Unallocated reserve is $24,480. Our first request is a transfer request from Asian Pacific American Law Student Association. Yes, please. Please introduce yourself and your requests, and then the senators might ask you some questions.
Okay, I'm Jaron Ekman. I'm the treasurer for APALSA. And so our request is we have a NAPAPA line item for a conference that some of our members went to in November. And once the final accounting and everything was finalized there, we had about a little over 3,000 left in it. I think the hotel and different places. I know the conference itself gave the university back some money from registration costs. I'm not sure how we ended up with that much, that was explained. But we want to transfer that out of that fund just into like the other fund, so we can use it for events throughout the spring to maybe get some merchandise and things that we can hand out at student expos and help increase membership and reduce potential costs going forward into next year with budget.
All right, thank you. Now we'll open it up to the floor for discussion. First, Senator Quessenberry.
Hello, thank you for noticing that you had extra money and putting it into different areas and keeping activities rolling this semester. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make a motion so that we can get this rolling. I move to transfer funds within the group Asian Pacific American Law Student Association, OS number 010, from existing line item NAPABA conference to existing line item catering for professional panels and workshops in the amount of $500. Transfer from existing line item NAPABA conference to existing line item Lunar New Year celebration in the amount of $500. And transfer from existing line item NAPABA conference to new line item titled engagement, merchandise, supplies, and accessories in the amount of $2,088 for a total of $3,088.
Seconded Fisher.
Motion made by Quessenberry, seconded Fisher. We will vote by roll call. First, Perez.
Aye.
Peters.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Neill.
Aye.
Taylor.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Broussard.
Aye.
Amo DFA. Oh, Hopper, hey. Chisholm. Stevenson. Purdue. Oh, Smith. Bailey.
Aye.
Morale. Madariaga.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Quessenberry.
Aye.
Heffernan.
Aye.
I say aye as well.
Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda, we're moving to surplus requests. First, we have the VC. Welcome back, you guys.
Okay.
No, last time we sang for you guys, we couldn't get enough people this week. We did make a video of us singing for it specifically though. And our business manager did email it to you. Okay.
Do you know what the name was? Oh, is it Julian?
Yes.
Okay. We switched roles today, so I'm just gonna send it to.
I was mainly joking, but I appreciate that you did that.
Oh.
Hello, ASUO, it's Julian. Thank you so much for having us again. We unfortunately could not come up with enough people to be there tonight, but we really wanted to sing for you. So here's a little video of us singing Leah. Oh, one, two, three, four. Da 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 da. I'll
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Did you want to present your request again? I guess just to give people a little bit of a reminder from last week, yeah.
Yeah, so you're requesting a total of $12,600, which last meeting we talked about moving to just 12,000. To attend, compete, and participate in Boston St. Thomas Film Festival in April, on the 10th through 12th, in Central Massachusetts, and these funds would go towards our travels, including airfare and lodging, as well as all access passes for 14 people from our group.
Thank you so much. We have some discussion, so Senator Perdue.
I just want to say thank you for coming again to the pick. I just want to say, being a musician myself, I understand how important things like this are. And the reasons that you listed last meeting, including how it would better your guys' experience as like for your careers and also as you for like an institution. I think those are really great reasons. So I fully support this. And if nobody has anything else to say, I would like to make a motion to approve this.
You can go ahead and make a motion, and then there's discussion afterwards before we vote.
I move to authorize spending from surplus to group for DVC OS number 175I in amount of 12,000 to existing line item festivals in and out of state.
Second, Perez.
Motion made by Senator Perdue, seconded Perez, and we have Senator Fisher.
Hi guys, thanks for being here again, and thanks for the video. I was also gonna make the motion, and I just wanted to emphasize that I know we talked about this. Basically, we went over all the conversation, did all the questions, did all the things last week. So I feel pretty good about it. I'm gonna vote yes. We filled out the intent to travel more. Perfect. I'm gonna vote yes. Thank you, Adil.
Anybody else for discussion? All right, we'll move into roll call vote. Perez,
Aye.
Peters,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
O'Neill,
Aye.
Taylor, Smith, Broussard,
Aye.
Hopper Hay, Amoziafe, Chisholm, Stevenson,
Aye.
Purdue, Smith,
Aye.
Bailey,
Aye.
Morel,
Aye.
Madariaga,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Questenberry,
Aye.
Heffernan, and I say aye as well. Congrats, you guys. All right, next for surplus is Latin Male Alliance. You can introduce yourselves and talk about your request.
Hi, everybody, I'm back again. I'll promise I'll keep this microphone on the stand this time. Hi, I'm Gio. I'm the president of the Latino Male Alliance.
Hi, I'm Omar and I'm the finance director for this year. I'm Carlos Sanchez and I'm the communications director for this year.
Take it away.
Yeah, I'll be doing most of the speaking, so we're here at Surplus to request money for our big seven of the year, Carne Asada. And just to start it off, I'd like to give you some context about our event. The Carne Asada is the last event of the year before heading to the panels, and it brings in the most people because not only people that frequent our meetings, club meetings, will show up, but people from other organizations, not just our fellow Latinx ones, will also show up. We invite everyone to come and have fun, listen to music, and partake in the food that we provide for the people that attend. We also get the opportunity to award and thank our board members and interns for their work throughout the year. And in hosting this event, we are able to enforce our mission statement and goals for MMA as we foster a vibrant and inclusive community while building relationships with their student organizations with our open invite to all students to show up to our event. In coming to Surplus, our goal is to reduce the cost that comes out of our pockets hosting this event, as our current budget this year restricts how much we can spend on ensuring that we can put money towards other events in the spring term and not only the Carne Asada itself. And hosting this event in the past and just this last year alone, we've had a member who had to spend a lot of money out of his own pocket without being reimbursed for it. And with the growth that we had this year with our club, we are required to use more money than we have in the past due to the turnout that we're expecting. Now we can move into the details of our event. And so we plan to have it week 10 in spring term, probably that last Friday at Alton Baker Park. We expect around 80 to 100 people. the food items that we require are the arrachera, which is like stir steak and chicken. And then, do you have the Excel for me, so you kind of see, break down what this stuff?
To attach it to like the engaged form,
Yeah.
yeah, then everyone should have access to it.
You can kind of take a peek at how we break everything down, so it's like, that cheddar is $360, the chicken should be $82. And then like with the meat, we're thinking about half a pound per person, should be kid, you know, everybody gets some, and if they don't want one meat, they have the option of the other meat. And then we also have a ceviche, the catered rice and beans, the tortillas, the chips, the salsa, the guac, and then the agua frescas. And a lot of the food that we're collecting is from nearby businesses like El Cora, where we kind of get our rice and beans. And it's also the location that we used the previous year. And Rancho and Torito will be the locations we used to get our meat and our tortillas. And Kikubi Delight is another local business that we would like to support through this event, as they've been down in sales recently due to all the issues they've been facing, like racism and stuff. And the total cost for this section alone is just $1,191. And the next section is just the supplies, so the plates, the utensils, the napkins, the trays, and then the propane. The plates, the utensils, the napkins, and the trays can always be bought from Costco. So that's pretty easy. I have a Costco card myself, so I can just go buy that myself. And then the propane, we'll just get that at a gas station. And when it comes to getting like the grill stuff, we also have a lot of members that are willing to provide their own Blackstone or grills and stuff like that. And the final item on the list is also as essential as the other ones, which is the live music that we want to provide. We're looking at DJ Timu as our final option, basically. We ran through a bunch of other options and they were all pretty expensive. Also looking for a bunch of other stuff, and well, DJ Timu was the best option that we got for best quality music, but also giving us that additional discount as well of what music charges. And with all these prices in mind, for grand total comes out to $2,444.
Thank you so much for coming and congrats on the growth. That is awesome. For discussion, we'll move into Senator Stevenson.
Yeah, as someone who's attended a lot of events that LMA has hosted, thank you guys so much for basketball. I'm very excited for soccer. I'm also going to be coming to this event, and a lot of other things in the MCC wouldn't be possible without you guys, and so I thank you for the work that you do. I moved to authorize spending from surplus to reflect the Mail Alliance OS number OS305, $2,444 to existing line item name programming expenses - spring term events.
Second, Perez.
Motion made by Stevenson, seconded Perez. For discussion, we have Peters.
Yeah, I'm super pro this. I just have a couple like logistic questions to make sure that you'll get the reimbursement and stuff. Last year, did you guys pay for this with ASUO funds?
No, for those you here, Carla can explain it more, since I was the finance director,
The communication director, this thing he's been here
So everything from last term or last year now, it was just straight out of pocket. So,
Okay. Okay.
I was in charge of renting out the park, the space, which was around 200 or something like that. And then at the time, vice president at the time, he spent around 500 on the food and everything else. So everything was just out of pocket. Wasn't to the issue or anything like that.
Okay. Okay, because my only concern is just regarding our rules around preparing food yourself. Have you talked to Softs about like, because from my understanding, it sounds like you guys are gonna purchase the food and then prepare it yourself, yes? Have you talked to Softs about, have they said like it's chill?
Yeah, I mean, from what I heard, and I had a conversation with Priscilla not too long ago about, I say not too long ago, it was yesterday, and she said it would be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that's not sauce, but issue president, you guys know the direction I'm going, And I can go double check with sauce.
Sorry, Priscilla's on the Zoom right now. She said that she checked in with Softs. And they said that you are not able to get refunded for preparing food on your own.
Yes.
I believe it's,
I can.
you can't reimburse produce or raw meat.
Yes. You can't reimburse, anything that, like, if you're just buying the goods yourself and then cooking them, we can't, there's like liability issues, so SOFs can't reimburse. My experience from NASU is what we do is the longhouse is counts as like a certified kitchen. And then like the members of our longhouse staff count as like certified food handlers, and that's how we get around it. So that's my only concern.
Okay.
Well,
there is one loophole, and that is if you apply to do like a retreat, but that would require you to fill out like an intent to travel form through SOFs.
Okay, do you know how long that, like, how long it would take to, like, hear back from that form or like go through that?
Well, your event is in spring term, right?
It's in spring term, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like towards the end, like week 10.
Yeah, you would have more than enough time, yeah.
We do that on.
Okay. So then at this time.
I'm gonna yield to Senator Stevenson.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, would you guys want to do it in the BCC? You can compare it as a kitchen. and then-
Also in the longhouse.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah, we could also do it there, yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Ayu.
I yield.
All right, Senator Madariaga.
Oh. I actually was gonna make a motion, I got way beat to it, but I just wanna say thanks for coming back, good to see you guys, yeah, I yield.
I also want to clarify, just like for your options, to make sure that we're like aligning with whatever you guys want to do. You can do like a day retreat, which would then just be like, then you'd be able to like cook your own food wherever you choose. Or if you choose to do it in one of like the designated locations, that is also okay. But if it was like, if you wanted to do the retreat, we'd probably have to like, table or deny your request now, and then you have to fill out the form through SOFs and then come back. Right? I'm yielding to Maris.
I mean, they could also just transfer the money, and it would just have to come from like an admin instead of a programming line. But
Okay.
They just transfer.
Okay,
They still have to come back because those transfers have to come
Okay.
through us.
I see. One more person on discussion, Senator Singh.
Hey, yeah, hi Giovanni. It's more a question for my colleagues. Oh yeah, they're not allowed to use food, to use the money for unprepared, produce and meat. What if like hypothetically, one of them were to start a catering business in between now and then?
Can I, yield, can you yield?
Oh, I yield to you.
So basically, they would have to become an approved caterer through the university. That is like, takes a little bit of time, and in my experience, like, well, at least like for powwow, if we want to have someone ready, be an approved food vendor on this campus, they need to start filling out those forms like right now.
Is it worth, so they do this every year, could it be possibly worth their time to do that in the interim? Like, or so you said that like for example, the longhouse is like a registered gym or something. Would it be worth their time to start trying to work towards something like that? On a daily basis, is it a huge deal?
Senator Smith?
It's not only time, though, it's also money, like they have to have insurance and it costs.
They do.
It costs quite a bit to be insured. Like,
Do it.
like if you were like, did every year at your, get it cleared, then we can like.
Oh.
Pay for it, like, if you were a caterer, you have that lower. It's not.
Yeah, that's in there. But can I ask a question? Is that okay? So just to be clear, I can't, or sorry, the organization cannot use ASUO funds to buy raw meat so that we can cook it ourselves.
Unless you're cooking it in an approved kitchen and you're an approved food handler, or you have an approved intent to travel form that counts it as a 1-day retreat. But just for the committee, I think we should approve this, and then I can talk to them after and we can figure out something out.
Anybody else for discussion? Okay. All right, we'll move now, Senator Stevenson.
Yeah, on Chair Peters's point, you guys can agree to cook it in a fine place and a safe place, and then you guys can get the money, and then we'll talk about this after. Yeah, thank you, Ayu.
All right. Anybody else? We'll move into roll call vote. Perez,
Aye.
Peters,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
O'Neill,
Aye.
Taylor, Smith, Broussard,
Aye.
Hopper Hay, Diafe, Chisholm, Stevenson,
Aye.
Purdue, Smith,
Aye.
Bailey,
Aye.
Morel,
Aye.
Madariaga, Fisher,
Aye.
Questenberry,
Aye.
Heffernan,
Aye.
and I say as well. Congrats, you guys.
Thank you all so much.
Peters will be in touch with you. Peters. Alright, next on the agenda, we have Journal of Environmental Law and Litigation.
Yeah.
Hi there, you can introduce yourself and your request.
I know my classes.
No worries.
My name is Maxwell Graves. I am the operating editor for Journal of Environmental Law. I heard Sarah Questenberry was here.
Yes, I am here. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, so I am the operator for the Griffiths Journal. We publish a volume of an accumulation of articles that law practitioners and teachers and scholars from all over the country submit to us. We edit for them, do a bunch of free work for them, and we publish them. And it not only helps the school, it helps bring the students themselves prestige, and helps us get jobs. Looks very good to a law first year of the journal, so tries to become a journal. And so last year we came into a little money issue with the ordering and printing of our journals. The last board, I don't know really what happened. I just got an email in the middle of summer saying you gotta fix it, so that's why I'm here. But yeah, it was like $2,898.17 that we had to pay out of this year's budget to pay for last year's printing. And so that made us at a deficit for this year to pay our printing for all the journals. And so that is why I'm here to request so we can publish our journals.
All right, thank you so much. First, we have Senator Questenberry.
Hey, welcome in. Fun to see you outside the law school. I have just one question. Have we talked with Barbara or Professor Frost about this situation? Because the exact same situation happened for oral and we helped get them the money last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, trust me, I've been talking to Barbara.
Okay, I figure she's on it, so she won't let something like this slide by her, but I'm just curious in order to have this not happen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it on time.
There we go. Hey, that's what we need. It's just that commitment. Excellent. Well, I'm gonna make the motion.
God forbid that.
I know. I move to approve spending from surplus to Group Journal of Environmental Law and Litigation, OS number 0471, in the amount of $2,900 to line item Gel Publishing.
Seconded Fisher.
Motion made by Questenberry, seconded Fisher. Next, we have Bailey.
I was just gonna make the motion, because this also happened to us with Surgeon. And it did happen to that other club, and I guess we should look into it as well with ASO. We need to get back to that working group on publishing guidelines. Because this keeps happening, and it's our job to fix it as well. So thank you for being here.
Fisher,
Oh, I yield.
Madariaga,
Hi, so I actually met with you, I don't know if you remember, but I just wanted to vouch for this because when we met, you seem very passionate about it, and I think it's really important to get those getting journals and stuff like that, like you were saying. So I just wanted to personally vouch for this, and I yield.
we'll move into, is there any more discussion? No? Now we'll move into roll call vote. Perez,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
O'Neill,
Aye.
Taylor, Smith, Broussard,
Aye.
Hopper Hay, Diafe, Chisholm, Stevenson, Purdue, Smith,
Aye.
Bailey,
Aye.
Morel, Madariaga,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Questenberry,
Aye.
Heffernan,
Aye.
and I say aye as well. Congrats. Next, we have American Marketing Association. Welcome back, you guys.
Of course, you guys spending your time here. Do you guys all have our slide deck?
Did you send it to, do you know what email you sent it to?
Yes, I sent it to the one that, the email I got, that was.
Okay, got it. Yes. I got it. We are pulling it up in just a moment if you guys want to get started.
Awesome. So my name is Claire Noah, and we're from the American Marketing Association. We're the only marketing organization on campus, and we're within Olympus School of Business, but we're open to all majors. I'm a math major and I'm in the marketing club. We kind of focus a lot on professional development. We have a lot of speakers and workshops, and we are hoping to have an end of year event. So our end of year event is going to be focused on resilience. I'm going to just pause a moment.
No, yes, we're having, okay, there we go. Please continue. Sorry about that.
Next slide, please. And then we can just go over this one or skip this one.
Okay.
And then, okay, yeah. So we are hoping to hold an end of year event that serves as a celebration for our members. We're going to have a speaker. The focus is resilience. Our club has overcome a lot this year. We've grown a lot and we've accomplished a lot of different things. So we want to have a year recap of highlighting our accomplishments with heavy appetizers, and then our speaker that's going to focus on resilience. And this is open to everyone on campus with an AMA and not an AMA. Next slide. Okay, so first I want to acknowledge that we have been to surplus a few times this year. We had some transitional issues from last year to this year. We came in with a $50 budget. So we've kind of been navigating that this year. So the times that we have came in have been we came in once just for general club programming to kind of keep our club afloat. And then we came in another time for our site visit. And so now this is just for our end of year event. And we have looked at all of our other line items and see if there's any way possible to make this end of year event possible to put on, but it doesn't look like that's possible at all with what we have right now. So we have also grown our membership 800% this year. We have around 80 members compared to last year. It was like 10. And this is really big. And we want to be able to celebrate this and make this a yearly event that is going to kind of commemorate and celebrate AMA's accomplishments in the coming years. So the cost breakdown, $3,000 for catering. We're going to be using UO Catering. And we are going to have around 100 people there. And the venue rental is $500, including setup time and cleanup. We plan to rent the EMU ballroom, and then $515 for miscellaneous costs like decorations and a banner, things like that. Okay, and next. Okay, so total that would bring the event to $4,015, which would be $40.15 per person, because we plan to have 100 people at the event. Thank you guys so much. Any questions?
Thank you guys so much for coming and thank you for the presentation. Open it up for discussion if any senators have questions. Senator Chisholm.
Yeah, so the main costs that are going to be associated with the miscellaneous would be a banner that would be one time around $60, just something to sort of be entryway, just as like a big display. And then we want to do some kind of cheap florals. We're going to go to Trader Joe's and then brick some vases kind of drawings and put those on tables. Then we have cards and then some so table numbers and then name tags and any other kind of like that. And then since we're also doing superlatives, because we're wanting to recognize specific member achievements for people that are really involved, we are getting certificates. They're going to say their superlatives so they can kind of have that to them. And my second question is, what let's love to I think that really ties back into kind of what I talked about earlier about how we came in with $0 budget and really low membership and how we've just throughout the year managed to grow that so much and come back from that pretty significant challenge. And we're now a pretty thriving club. We have a lot of really like engaged members.
Senator Perez.
Yeah, thank you for being here. How's your guys' spending been so far this year?
So far, it's been pretty tight. We have just our admin and our programming, which is one of the boards are food for our members at our meetings. And just projected, I think we're gonna pretty much use all of that based upon how we've been spending so far and what the spending looks like that we've been able to project for the rest of the year.
So thank you. I was doing great. I'm glad to see more on-campus events. So I'll go ahead and make a motion for now. I move to authorize spending from surplus to Group American Marketing Association OS 136I in the amount of $4,015.
Seconded Questenberry.
Motion made by Perez, seconded Questenberry. On discussion, we have O'Neill.
Hi, yeah, thanks for coming in, I guess. I'm having a bit of trouble with the cost, definitely, especially when you answer Chisholm's question about the specific funds, like why, I find that name tags, are a bit, superfluous, like that's just my opinion. Also flowers, like, I don't know, I feel that we've put a lot of surplus into AMA this year, and I do think your club is very deserving because it's grown so much, but there's so much travel. And I just feel that, it's, I mean, I also was against the travel and I preferred an on-campus event, but because there was the travel, I'm not going to support the on-campus events in this vote. Because I think that there are, more, cheaper ways to perhaps talk about resilience as well. But that is just what I think, so I yield.
Fisher.
I was gonna make the motion, but instead of yielding, I just wanna give for our senators a little bit of context to Senator O'Neill's point. AMA has requested 21 this year. We have only approved 12,000. Just for, if that matters to anybody for context. Thank you, I yield.
Madariaga.
Hi, I just wanted to, I'm not voting on this because, I am like a member of AMA, so just to not be biased, but I do want to express my support. I've gone to a lot of your events and personally, I think they're very helpful. I don't know if you guys remember when you did like the interview tips. That was very helpful. I sent those to my friend and she got an internship, so we love to see that. Anyways, so I just wanted to show that like the stuff that you guys do, like the workshops, like they actually do help. They've led to real results that I've seen. So I really support this as an event and your club in general. I yield.
Senator Smith.
Yeah, just for context, there's also, they have like a portion of, because they did a joint trip with IBEC. And so it's currently like 2 conferences and then about a 5,000 for programming. I do like this event and I do support it, but I think that just with how much we've been spending, in surplus and like with creating new budgets, it's kind of like a really big jump that might, to me, raise a couple alarms. And I think for me, I want you to have the event, but I'd like it, like the cost to be just a little bit more budget friendly, for what we've already put in.
Any more discussion? Bailey, then Smith. Bailey first, then Smith.
Okay, what does it look like for you guys if you vote on this?
I think we would probably try again and we wouldn't be able to have our end of year event.
You wouldn't?
We wouldn't if you guys say no.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're good. I yield.
Senator Smith?
Yeah, I was initially just gonna ask what you had to say about what books have been saying, in reference to your event, but I'd like to also ask, Senator Bailey. That's supposed to tell me that. Senator Bailey said that, or asked what the impact would be if we voted no. And you said the impact would be you wouldn't be able to host the event. Does that, I feel like you should be able to reapply, like you said, a lower price. This is not only possible at this price point.
Sorry, I think I kind of misunderstood the question. I think I was a little too literally, so sorry, I didn't mean to come across like that. But I think we would definitely reapply because we are really excited to put this event on. We want to kind of just increase our on-campus engagement and bring more non-AMA and AMA people together at our events so they can just see what we've been doing. So I think we would definitely reapply, maybe lower numbers, like lower head count, if that's what you guys think has to happen. But I also think that having it at 100 and being a bigger event is gonna make kind of the point and like the intention of our event to just increase engagement and share more about what we're doing, be the most effective.
Yeah, I think that 800 fold in a year is not seems that. And however, I think that what Senator O'Neill said about the prices, it's a lot. And I think that there's a lot of ways that it's my understanding this is also his first year in the club. So I think that you could easily cut down the price. It's just I want to thank you guys for being very congratulations.
Senator Quessenberry?
Hi, I'm gonna call a question.
All right. We have one more person on the speakers list, so, oh, two more people on the speakers list, so we are going three more people on the speakers list, so we are going to vote in favor for the call to question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those say nay.
Nay.
I'm gonna do roll call. Perez,
Nay.
Peters,
Nay.
Fisher, O'Neill,
Aye.
Taylor, Smith, Broussard, Hopperhay, Amoziafe, Chisholm, Stevenson.
I abstain because I have no idea.
We're voting on the call to question. Okay. Purdue, Smith,
Aye.
Bailey,
No.
Morel,
No.
Mazariaga,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Questenberry,
Aye.
Heffernan.
Nay.
I say nay. We're gonna count them real quick. Cause I don't know what that is. Do you know what it is?
We don't count it. Clerk does all the hard work.
What you say?
Nay.
I also said nay, yeah. I feel like it's me.
I think it's nay.
Yeah, it's nay. All right. The call to question has more nays, so we're gonna continue with discussion with Finance Director Bailey.
Hi, thank you for coming. I just have a few questions. I saw that the event is supposed to take place in the Board Alumni Center, is that right?
We actually moved it to the EMU ballroom because that's $500 cheaper.
Gotcha. And the current cost per person is $40.15, correct?
Yeah.
How low could, like, what, I know that you guys have some cost drivers on there, like miscellaneous stuff and things of that nature. Just to move this process kind of forward, how much money would you guys be comfortable with just cutting currently today, obviously, if you guys wanted to continue the process today?
Yeah. I can just kind of give a little bit of background too. So I've been in contact with someone part of the event and catering kind of program here, and the lowest bid that I got was 3,000, and then the 500 is the lowest event like venue rental that I could find. But I would be willing to cut on that 515 if that's something that.
Gotcha. And as you guys are in your organization, how many people on average usually attend your events?
80 to 100.
80 to 100, and that's about the same that you guys expect for, the end of year one?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I know they're going to do, thank you.
O'Neill?
Yeah, I heard y'all say something about coming back with a lower number. I would not vote yes for a lower number of people. I think it's very important to have a lot of people at these on-campus events. The problem is just the total amounts. If y'all do come back, it would be imperative that maybe you could switch caterers and not do UO catering, you know, fill out a catering waiver, get something like Cafe Yum, it would be cheaper that way. Or, I don't know, like, other aspects like that, but it really would not help the proposition, in my opinion, if y'all were to just try to keep it at the same amount per person, but return with a lower number. But, yeah, I yield.
Perez?
Yeah, I'm still very supportive of this. One thing to kind of add for context for those who don't know, AMA, it's not their first year. They just kind of stopped, their exec kind of stopped, I believe, right? So like now they're kind of coming back up, but it's not their first year or anything, so they've been having a lot of success on campus. And coming back, they've been having a lot of quick success too. So I see this as not only like success or like celebration of just end of year, but also how much their org has regrown since. But one of my questions was, you mentioned if we were to cut the cost, you'd have to limit the people. So like, say like just for like, keep it easy, we cut it in half. How would you limit the amount of people? Like, would it just have to be an RSVP thing? Just like put a cap on it?
Yeah, I think you probably have to do an RSVP, but as Senator O'Neill said about not wanting to lower that cap. Yeah.
Gotcha. And I feel like, it'd only be fair, you know, those who've been part of the board to, you know, be able to come to this event. So that's why I wouldn't be in favor of lowering the cost that much. I yield.
Senator Smith?
Yeah, just building off what Senator O'Neill said, the sequel of it, I think at least. I think it's antithetical to a celebration of growth to limit the count of people. To vote yes on this on a second appearance, I'd like to see the cost for miscellany go down. But I'm curious, can you please explain to me why miscellany costs more than the venue rental?
I can bring up the complete cost breakdown on that and read them all out. If you'd
I'd like that, yes, please.
Well, we do have a photo group added to that, that's adds to that cost of just 225. We could scratch that.
I think we can just scratch the entire 500 as well, because we're happy to do like DIYs. We have a design student on our board as well, so we understand that like seeing costs for like flowers in vases might seem like not the best usage of money when it could be put towards just like keeping the event alive. So if that is what it takes to be passed, then we can cut the 515 miscellaneous, if that's something that sounds good to everyone.
Offer to read a list.
Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. We have $100 Trader Joe's, 10 bouquets at $10 each. Oscars, $30. These are for the superlatives, so that we can have like a memorial, like a memento to go along with it. Vases, $4 each. Their store has compatible prices. Certificates, $40. We're giving out 20 superlatives. Advertising, $0. Posters specific to gala, $70. Name tags, $10. Table numbers, $10. Backdrop for photos, $225.
Thank you for breaking that down. I yield.
Thank you.
Senator Fisher?
Hi guys, I just wanted to reiterate, I am in full support of the amount as it was. I do think AMA has come to us pretty frequently, and I'm not discounting that. However, I think every other time has primarily been travel based. And since, at least personally, especially in travel conversations, press campus events so importantly, I feel like it is worth it to then have them come and ask for money for an on-campus event, and then we say no to that, and it just feels a little kind of like, there's no right answer for me. That being said, I also think that like cutting $50 or $100 for flowers and name tags is like, if that's what you want to do, I think that you should do it, but I don't want you to feel like you have to do it because that's what people are suggesting to do. I yield.
Senator Chisholm?
Look, I'm just curious why, when I asked the first time during this month's,
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I kind of forgot about it, so I'm reading it. It just says decorations and necessities, and then it's like at the bottom of our list. It's just kind of slipped my mind, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay, I think a photo would be a great idea.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely be a lot more in support of this if I were to send out a reading question. It'd be cool, especially since I'll have them so much. If we could get everybody instead of the appetizers. I guess.
I wanted to give a brief comment as well, but I want to express my support. Yes, we have funded travel, but for an org of this size, it's really important to have on-campus events. And so I think I would like to see this fully funded as well, gives them more opportunity to grow in on-campus events in the coming years as well. Stevenson.
I was gonna call the question, but I see some placards, so I'm gonna yield.
Broussard.
I was gonna call the question.
Okay, there's two people on the speakers list. We will vote on the call to question. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those in opposition say nay. Okay, I think it sounds like the ayes take it. We'll now move into a roll call vote. Perez.
Aye.
Peters. Fisher.
Aye.
O'Neill.
No.
Taylor. Smith. Broussard.
Aye.
Hoffer Hay. Amo DFA. Chisholm. Stevenson.
Nay.
Purdue. Smith.
Nay.
Bailey. Morel. Madariaga.
Same.
Fisher.
Aye.
Questenberry.
Aye.
Heffernan.
Aye.
And I say aye as well. We will count that vote real quick. If you need me to ask somebody, there's someone you say. It's moving, yes, it's Wednesday. How many days? It just needs to be 10 days. Is that the amount? That's not the amount of people. 21 people? Yeah. There's 3. Sorry, guys, I can't count.
You're on the edge of their seat.
Because see who's good. Let's see, you have me and you have Olivia.
No, then Justin. I voted yes.
Olivia's not there.
Right here.
Yeah.
But I voted yes.
So is it gonna be a tie? Is it gonna be a tie?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3.
Be kind of great. 1 for 1.
7, 8, 9.
I know.
I think
Is it the yays now?
I think it's yays now.
Okay.
Can somebody else count?
I was gonna miss someone, like.
I don't think you did. It's really, really close and I'm really bad at counting.
2, 3. Okay.
There's
We
3
can-
gone and 1 abstain.
Okay,
Oh.
we're going to vote one more time, just to double check.
Don't change your vote.
Well,
doesn't matter.
I mean, if people change their vote.
Is it
mhm.
Say aye.
Okay, Perez, Peters, Fisher, O'Neill, Taylor, Smith, Broussard, Hopper Hay, Amo Diafe, Chisholm, Stevenson, Purdue, Smith, Bailey, Morel, Madariaga, Fisher,
Aye.
Questenberry,
Aye.
Heffernan,
Aye.
and I say aye as well.
Point of order, debate. Senator Marty, I gotta abstain.
She is abstaining. Madariaga is abstaining.
She just voted aye.
She voted aye.
Oh,
People
I thought
changed
you were
their votes.
abstaining.
People did change their.
Yeah. She voted aye and then people.
No, I think it's nays. It is nays. People changed their votes. It is.
That's not-
It's 11.
It's not a trip. It's a fact.
She pays dues, she can't
Oh,
vote.
yeah.
Okay, she's abstaining.
I think people change their votes.
It's nays.
Okay,
It's nice.
okay. So the motion does not pass. If you guys would like to.
Oh, yeah.
If you'd like to resubmit, for a new number and come back to Senate, that you're more than welcome to.
No, for that far off. I can probably just listen to try and get the-
You want to call it recess in a minute?
Yep.
Okay. We'll call to a 5-minute recess and try to amend, your motion. Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the sheep? Why didn't sheep today?
I think 3 people changed their vote.
People change, like, I'm not going crazy. Okay.
No, people changed, 3 people
Did it
changed their
happen?
vote.
Did that happen? It was like. I was an
I think it was eyes, but we were like, there was one thing where there was a vote that was not right, and there was a vote next to someone who's not here, so it was like, yeah. Yeah, valid. What?
Okay, well, I mean, like, that's the state, you cannot.
We're voting twice because there was a miscount. There was one vote that was wrong, like she wrote my vote wrong, and then there was a vote next to Adrian and he's not here. So it was kind of just. Yes, this is her first Senate. And
Oh. I just don't know.
No, that's, I've had that vote it, so that's, there's, yeah. That's what it is, I just said, I was like, hard.
Are we trying to figure out a solution right now? Is that-
yeah, they're trying to, I guess lower the price or redo it or something.
I'm saying it is crazy, that's like, no travel, have an event on campus. Okay, actually, no event on campus either.
That's why I voted yes. I do think the price is high, but it seems like the majority of that is just the ballroom and. Yeah, because, didn't even blink at the catering price. But it seems like a lot of that's the ballroom. I consistently have problems with like Fort Alumni is so fucking expensive and ballroom is so expensive.
They switched vendors.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Number 3.
No, I feel that.
think I still have time to pee. Do you think I still have time to pee?
You're kind of started, the gig starting us back up, so yeah.
It's true, I guess I
Yeah,
get to decide, don't I?
Real. I hear you there. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that deep. We'll get through it.
I mean, are we laughing on the same discussion? Here's the paper.
What more expensive?
Are we here? Like, we're here just to hang out and chit chat. We all go.
I would say-
Right now, that's a big. It would be so lovely. Like this one. This is so.
How many more clothes?
Yeah, one more.
Well, it's the exact request.
Thank you.
So.
Yeah, I'm fine. Those are the three. Those are like the. Yeah. But I'm just people that. No, he didn't. He was. Yeah, he was.
Look at this, look at this.
No, he's definitely. Next, no, everyone next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. We'll see it. Open the chair. Okay, right? Yeah. So good. I mean, that's
I'm just like my friend, thinking of you know. Cut forward on this.
You were fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
we're
just-
just like.
They're still talking about new pitch strategies, aren't they?
Wow. You can end that with this.
It's true.
It's like.
Like, can we just?
I was okay. It's like really.
Yeah.
Bubbly,
tight.
We'll lose it.
Come to the laptop, we got it.
Great intro to science. Please come back. I'm going back next week. Yeah.
You're one of us.
I think it's just parents. I know 5,000, my, like, they have like the stipends or 5,000. Before, and then it's like 800%. Also 5,000. Why is it?
It's crazy. I think that always is high, but I also think that. Combined line with like.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And I'm like, I think. I'm glad they're working with us. People. Guys, I feel like.
Yeah.
And. Thing. I don't know.
I feel like I'm not ready to like die over.
No, because like, because that's all it would be, I think that's. Just done, like.
I know some.
I love.
I don't know, I don't really, like, I think that is too. I don't know.
Sarah.
Like I'm done. How many people go to Pill? How many people go to Pill?
Yeah, students.
A lot.
That's what I said.
What do you think the ratio of like students to non-students is? That's really hard, because we have a bunch of environmental attorneys flying in. It's like a huge conference. So like you walk down the main corridor in the law school and it's like, you're at a race, like you can't.
Yeah, it's like,
I think
within the conference.
wait, do it again.
Yeah, but like, why should we cancel their
Oh, the
outreach? Like, it's got to be.
Not slide by.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
you
like.
can. Yeah.
The people who play.
Yeah, have that largest budget really, yes. I thought about you and so no for that because it's been like. It's all. No way. It's, yeah.
And every number, yeah.
I didn't.
We're not a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were. Do you want to be on there? Yeah. You have Perez and Bexley once we get off. I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. I just texted him the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's outbreak here.
1,002.
Whenever they come back.
I don't know if I'm to them, I can just think what the is on.
Yeah, but.
Called like, all of these, called all of them words like. I was just like 46 answers.
With that. Like, who's Jim Thomas, right? He told me
When you are always not. Right. Just say, I spent my entire day going through that, and it's just.
You're queen.
Just saying, wait, what's that? Thank you, yeah. Like, not so bad. Like, because they're so.
But I'm not.
If they're still out there talking, they're okay.
Would alleviate.
I can confirm that.
Why is the mic so tall?
That was, maybe.
On for the.
I did that one.
Bro, he did. I have to go fix it. Wants to take my late night.
Are you gonna make a motion to reconsider?
She runs around.
Like ask for
I'm gonna ask them to present their new.
I think what Pedro was saying, because we got. Because when we, the agenda, no, so
We have to move to.
I think so.
Okay. Everyone can take their seats. We'll reconvene the Senate. Before we have you guys present, just as a point of order, we do need a motion to reconsider the request. If a Senator Smith.
I move to reconsider the request from the American Marine Association.
Second, Questenberry.
Motion made by Smith, seconded Questenberry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposition? Other? All right, if you guys want to go ahead and present your new number.
So our new number, we are going to cut the photo booth, which is $225. And I also just want to reiterate how we came in this year with 10 members. We've grown to 80 to 100. We came in handicapped, and I just think that this event is really important going forward for our organization in coming years, just to get more campus engagement, get more people from different majors across campus involved and hearing about our organization. And that this event is really important to celebrate our 800% growth and the things that we've overcome this year, like coming in with $0. And so our new number would be, I don't know, I can't do the exact math.
I did the math, it's
Okay.
$37.90.
$37.90.
Thank you. On speakers, we have Perez.
I'll go ahead and make the motion real quick. I move to authorize spending from surplus to Group American Marketing Association OS 136I in the amount of $3,790.
Peters.
Motion made by Perez, seconded Fisher. Next we have Bagley.
Well, thank you for changing your request. I am in full support of the new number. The new number does remove the photo booth, which many folks in Senate were opposed to. I think that this number is equitable for the on-campus event they're planning. Senate over the past year has been advocating for more campus events, and I think this does just that. So I'm in full support.
Fisher?
I was gonna make the motion, but I just wanted to say thank you guys for working with us. I really appreciate you for being here. I'm going to vote yes on this, and just personally, I'm sorry we have to do it for $200. Thank you, I yield.
Any more discussion? O'Neill?
Yeah, I still feel that it could be just a little bit cheaper, like with a change of catering, but that's just where I'm at. I just, like, again, I feel that things are expensive, but yeah, I yield.
Smith?
Yeah, I got a little context more on AMA's budget before they got, zeroed out, and I feel like with how much they've grown, like, they've kept the cost down pretty well compared to that. And I mean, personally, like, I don't think it's worth it for you guys to have to take away a photo booth for $200, and I'd rather you just have the photo booth. And like, it seems fun to me, and like, I don't know, just like, I think there was, yeah. I will.
Senator Smith?
Um,
Can you use the mic, please,
Oh,
just for
yeah.
the Zoom, thank you.
800% in a year is a big deal. I'm definitely including that. I'll vote yes. I think.
Any other discussion? All right, we'll move into roll call, and just to be clear, this is for the motion for like around 3,700, not the full original. Smith? Okay. Okay,
It's 37.
3790. Perez?
This little couple vibe check. Has anybody's minds been changed about the photo booth, or? Like, if we kept it, would you guys still say aye, or if you said nay, would you still say that?
You can move to amend your motion if you'd like.
Alright, I move to amend my motion.
All of this.
Make the new motion.
I move to authorize spending from surplus to American Marketing Association OS 136I in the amount of $4,015.
Yes.
Yeah.
Second, Questenberry.
Motion made by Perez, seconded Questenberry. We have Purdue on the speakers list. Taylor? Any other discussion?
The vote, 15 number. What was the vote?
No.
Yeah, but you're down to the numbers.
What?
The number.
It was close. It was close.
Oh, very close for it. Yeah, Fisher,
It's 4,015. It got changed to 3,790, and then it got changed back to 4,015. That's the correction.
yes. Okay, any other discussion? Chisholm,
So the amount is, the same as what it was.
yes, we are back at the original number.
Also, the issue with some of the discussion, the issue for me is not the photo, because as I said, it's a great idea. Especially if you're trying to like, capture moments of how much you've grown. I think the problem is food costs. I looked it up. Well, it's not everything to which it would be to go to, but like, I don't know, I just feel like there could be like, almost the food is maybe. I don't know how much I was like doing, you're definitely go say, and they're going to do that, but it's for me, it's just, but it's not the food, I get one.
Senator O'Neill,
Yeah, I definitely agree with Senator Chisholm. Also, where you see that, for that much money for food, it's 100 people. I think that that's just not a fair amount. Like, if it were like 150, 200, I think that would be extremely reasonable, but for that amount of money for the food, I just think that that's just not a fair price. And then also, why are we doing another vote then if it's the same amount?
because Perez amended his motion, so he chose to change the number. And we're re-voting. It's 4,015.
So it was originally 4,015.
Yep.
And then it became
3,700.
Well, then that vote
Nice.
failed, and then we had a new motion to reconsider, and then we had a new motion for the 3,000, and then we had a new amended motion for the 4,000, for which we are currently, that is what's on the floor.
So would you go for a revote, essentially?
We're voting on the current motion.
We're voting, the new motion.
So are we gonna vote on whether or not we're gonna vote on the motion?
No,
We will
Not
vote.
until.
you're voting on you're just voting on the same number you were voting on before, but now
in
we have
with
had new information.
understanding. Exactly.
What's the new understanding?
People have more information after the recess.
Okay, you'll.
Okay.
I'd also like to add something about just the catering concerns. So I kind of forgot to mention this earlier, but that number does include like linens, service, tables, any of that kind of setup that's included in catering. It's not just the raw cost of food. It's kind of everything that goes into allowing people to eat, sit at tables, have silverware and plates, and servers that are going to be working the event. Thank you. Bagley?
Yeah, just a few points. As a person who does a lot of the exact stuff in terms of catering, something that we do, cost of UO catering is comparable to those outside, with that exact, for the exact reason that, UO catering is providing the linens, the labor and whatnot, that makes certain food. Yeah, that's the main thing that I had. I would also recommend or urge, Senator to make the motion, to have the second motion, not the third motion of the 3,000 number. As I don't believe it actually passed the ballot together this time. So, just by looking around.
Hussenberry?
Thumbs up right now if you're good with the original 4,000. Okay. I would like to apologize that we have been geeking around on this. This is really embarrassing that we couldn't get this figured out and that we've been going back and forth on this. So I apologize sincerely, and I'm gonna call the question.
We have 3 people on the speakers list. We'll now vote on the call to question. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. And other. We will now move to vote on the 4,015 number. Perez. Peters. Fisher. O'Neill.
Nay.
Taylor. Smith. Broussard. Hofferhead. Amo Diafe. Chisholm. Stevenson. Purdue. Smith.
Extension, right?
Hmm?
Extension, abstain.
Just to be clear, you can only abstain if you have a conflict of interest
Wait, for
with,
real?
yes, otherwise you have to vote.
Can I ask one more question?
No.
No.
Yeah.
You,
Bailey, Morel, Madariaga,
Same.
Fisher,
Aye.
Questenberry,
Aye.
Heffernan,
aye.
and I say aye as well. We will count the vote.
Aye. If you have a specific person you missed, I can just ask them. We don't have to revote. Oh, maybe. 8 days.
The motion passes. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
No, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for all your time. We really appreciate that.
Right. Next, we have the executive branch. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can.
Sorry, I'm pulling up your presentation now.
Oh, thank you. And I don't think I can see it on the Zoom which slide you're on or anything, but I'll just let you know verbally where
Yeah,
I'm at.
that's
Okay.
good. Thanks. Yes,
Awesome.
sorry. Like, I can't make the Zoom camera work, so.
No worries. Just let me know when it's up.
Okay. Everyone can pay attention to the.
It's up on the title slide.
Okay, yay. Hi, everybody. My name is Priscilla Moreno. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the ASCO president. And today I'm presenting on executive branch's surplus request for the second term of 24-hour libraries. Next slide. This is an overview of just the number. The request today is $12,074. It's about $100 and something less than last time, but it's for the same amount of days, 11 days, week 10, and Monday through Wednesday of finals week. Next slide, please. I had this slide last time, just a recap of why 24-hour libraries. Big three reasons: a campaign promise, expanding services for all students on campus, especially those who can't utilize libraries during normal hours, whether that's because they're a student parent or they have jobs, and then highlighting the importance of our libraries and the demand following the budget cuts of the summer, and in conversations with UO libraries, hearing how their budget is never really consistent, even if they see a number at the beginning of the year. Next slide. Okay, this is what we learned. Part one, the fall pilot program was a huge success. We saw over 12,000 extra study hours for students and 980 written feedback surveys responses. The 12,000 number is from the head counts that security was doing, and they shared the data with UO libraries and also with our director of student engagement, Cash Kowalski. So that was really awesome. We had a really great meeting recapping the success of the program. We had staff who's been here for 15 plus years say that they were really skeptical at the start when we said that we wanted to do this. They said a lot of ASCOs approached them with, this is going to be a great idea, we want to do this, but that they've never seen a more successful 24-hour pilot program than this one. So really, really proud of that. We saw 1,000 individual shares across all of our 24-hour library posts on Instagram, huge collaboration with UO Library Comms, and again, we got a lot of positive feedback from UO libraries, which has resulted in them wanting a long-term partnership with ASUO through the department's finance committee potentially. Okay, next slide. What we learned, part two. This is a bits of feedback that we got from different people. The first one is we talked to UO student workers and discussed how we can implement student workers into this plan. Some feedback that we got was also third-party security. So we were trying to explore if we can get student security, but that comes with a lot of training that they would have to do weeks and weeks and weeks in advance, and it just wouldn't be possible. And I think they only have like 2 or 3 student security officers. So in order to implement student workers into this, we had conversations with the union and asked them to do outreach to library workers to see if they'd be interested in extra shifts, just to ensure that our plans didn't burden student workers in any way. And then also from libraries, we got feedback that we needed increased custodial services. There were a lot of Red Bulls and energy drink cans everywhere. So those are the three things that we learned. Next slide, please. This is the breakdown. So they gave us two scenarios. I hope you can see it up on the screen. I know the numbers are small. But the first one is the same as winter. That would be with extra custodial services and the same two security guards. That'd be $11,027. But to cut back on security costs, we talked to libraries. They said their main thing with security is just having two people in the building at all times, like two employees in the building at all times. So we cut down on the security from, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. So from the hours of 9 to 12, there's going to be a library student worker there and one security guard there. For the rest of the hours, it'll be two security guards. But this also increases checkout services because student workers are obviously going to be at that desk at the library, at the Price Science Library, and be able to check out books and other resources to students during those hours, but also helped us cut down the cost on security. So the total, also with extra custodial services, is $12,073. So we added student workers, we cut down the cost of third-party premier security, and got extra custodial services for about $130 less than last time, totaling that $12,073. Next slide, please. And lastly, this is just some of the 980-ish responses that were written from students that use the 24-hour libraries. A lot of really sweet things, a lot of this is the best thing ASU has ever done, and a lot of STEM students that said that they really, really appreciate this. We were able to open up the Human Phys lab that has a lot of hands-on like models and things like that for students to use. So that was really, really beneficial and awesome. And that's everything. Happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. We'll move into discussion. Senator Chisholm.
Wondering, I see on the same form that there is also a transfer request in here. Are we going to do those two separately?
Yes, they'll be separate.
I don't know.
Senator Stevenson.
Hello, President Moreno. For clarification, over the next year or so, do you plan on having this be something that our branch pays for exclusively, or are there going to be other entities involved in the paying of this?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we do plan on having an upcoming meeting with the provost and the vice president of student life, Angela Chong and Chris Long. It is an ask that I'm going to make if they have the ability to go at least halvesies on this winter 24-hour library program. We were thinking about only asking for half and then telling them we have half the money. We would like you to give the other half to make this happen, share the data, show how impactful it was. But if they say no, we kind of don't have a backup. So I am going to go in and ask for half, for them to pay for half, but we did want to have the full in case the answer is no. And Nancy from UO Libraries has been in discussion with DFC Chair Hoffert Hay about becoming a DFC department. Again, because they have concerns around their budget, how it's just been slashed unilaterally, and they would love support from the IFE, specifically for a program like this to exist for a long time, hopefully.
Yeah, and the 24-hour library is a part of why I'm in ASU in the first place. It's why I'm here. And I feel like you were saying, following up on and fulfilling your promises is part of what I want to do. So yeah, I'm in full support of this. Thank you, I yield.
Senator Smith.
I was just gonna bring up the bathroom and like custodian stuff, but you touched on it already. And then just for clarification, you're not doing like the same like Celsius handout event promotion thing like last time, right?
It's not going to be as vast as last time with like the free stuff, but we do have a little bit in programming that we could use. We still do have a partnership with Celsius to be able to get free drinks, but our student engagement team has a lot of really cool ideas. They didn't get to do the like teach-in or like little mini seminars as breaks. We also talked about like opening up a room that was more, this is an idea from UO Libraries that had like crafts in it as like a break room because we saw a lot of students were staying in there for many hours and didn't leave. Which is, I mean, they're super locked in, which is great. But having spaces within the library where they can just kind of take their mind off of studying, also having designated quiet space, those are all things that we want to implement that have to do with programming, but isn't necessarily all like the free stuff that we did every single night. But thanks for asking.
Okay, thank you. I yield.
Senator Perez.
Yeah, I just wanted to voice my support too. I think it's a really, resource to have on campus. I really enjoyed it. Everyone I knew that went to it really loved it. Me personally, like end of fall term, I broke my laptop. So having that computer 24-hour access was literally like game changing, especially, as we got towards week 10 and finals week. So I'll just go ahead and make the motion. I move to authorize spending from the surplus to group ACO executive OS 035 and the amount of $12,074.
Seconded Peters.
Motion made by Perez, seconded Peters. Continue with discussion. Fisher.
So much for being here. I love this idea. I was just real quick curious. This is once again only the science library, or is it extended to other libraries?
Yeah, this is only going to be the science library.
And then this won't impact my vote. I support this wholeheartedly. I'm gonna vote yes regardless. But just to have context, do you have any anticipation of like, kind of going back to Senator Stevenson's point about us funding this and then eventually, like, I love this idea so much. I want us to fund this. I want eventually the university to take it over. Do you have any, like, from your conversations, do you have any inclination that this is something that if it actually works, they will eventually one day taking over? Or do you anticipate this being on DFC for a while?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm pretty hopeful that we can get the university to take on some of the costs this year, and hopefully the long-term goal, of course, is that they will take it on fully. But I do also worry about them a little bit taking it on fully because maybe it doesn't look the way that we want it to look, and it's like out of students' control. So I think there is power in our money, and there is power in us still paying for it partially. I did talk to the Board of Trustees about this. A couple days ago mentioned it to President Schultz, and it was an interesting conversation. He had a lot of good questions about why we think there were a lot of students there. He complimented me on my socialism, so I think he appreciates students having a basic need and access to resources. I'm specifically looking forward to talking to Provost Long about this. I know that what he says he cares about the on the ground resources that students have. This can be connected to UO's flourishing plan, Oregon Rising. Like we can really leverage the things that they care about and that they have said themselves in order to make a really good case that this should be a program that exists. I mean, community colleges offer 24-hour libraries, so it's a little bit embarrassing that a university that prides itself in an array of resources for students doesn't have a 24-hour library. And the science library was built to be 24 hours. That's why it has those only 2 entry points and the ID scanner outside. And it was created and built, and the architecture is for it to be 24 hours. So I'm really hopeful that we can make a good case. But also recognizing that even when that exists, the university isn't always receptive to it. But I appreciate your question.
No, perfect. Thanks. I yield.
Senator Chisholm.
I just, you could explain the separate thing one more time. So there was a professional staff working, but now it's instead of professional staff, it's two student staffs working.
I think I couldn't hear very well, but I think that you asked for clarification around security versus the student staff. So there is still third-party security from the hours of 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. It's one security and one student worker, and then for the rest of the hours, that second security comes in and fills in the rest of the time.
That wasn't exactly my question, but thank you for explaining. I was just asking if before it was not student workers and now it is student workers and the professional staff are gone.
Oh, yes, correct. There were no library workers the last time that we did it. It was just two premier security guards for the full 24 hours, and they were taking head counts, but there was no pro staff after hours. So 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. there was library workers, but for the extended hours, it was just premier security.
That's really cool. Thank you, anyway.
Any other discussion? No? Okay, we will move into a roll call vote. Perez,
Aye.
Peters,
Stayed.
Fisher,
Aye.
O'Neill,
Aye.
Taylor,
Aye.
Smith, Broussard, Hofferhay, Amala Chisholm, Stevenson, Purdue,
Aye.
Smith, Bailey,
Aye.
Morel, Madariaga,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Questenberry,
Aye.
Heffernan,
Aye.
and I say aye as well. Congratulations. We're looking forward to the next 24-hour library.
Thank you all so much.
All right, we will now move into, huh?
Their transfer.
Oh, there's a transfer request.
Transfer
Oh,
request.
Justin, would you like to elaborate on that first?
Yeah, of course. Before I get into the transfer request, I just want to give a huge shout out to our student engagement team, our comms team. They do an amazing job, especially with the 24-hour libraries. I also want to give a huge shout out to Priscilla and also you guys on actually fulfilling you guys' goals and all that stuff with 24-hour libraries. I know it was a big promise, and you guys are keeping your end of the deal on that one. So congratulations, thank you guys for that. Moving on to the transfer request, all we're asking to do is moving $2,500 from our line item site visits in our administrative section to our conference and retreats line item. And then that would be equivalent to $7,500. The reason for this request is that exec is planning on going on a retreat later this term or early next term. And that would be around $2,000, and I believe, and then we're also planning on going to a conference, the ABTS conference, which is also ABTS on the Hill. That would be later in March as well. So those two things, that whole budget of $7,500 will go to those two items, and it will pay for the entire thing as well.
Senator Fisher?
Yeah. Could you re-clarify, I'm sorry. Can you re-clarify which line items are existing and or new?
Yeah, of course. Both are existing. I just want to move $2,500 from existing line item site visits to existing line item conferences and retreats.
I'm gonna make the motion. It's a transfer request. I feel the same how I always feel about transfer requests. So I'm just typing the motion. I move to transfer funds within group ASU executive branch, OS number OS035, from existing line item site visits to existing line item conferences travel in the amount of $2,500.
Second, Perez.
Motion made by Fisher, seconded Questenberry. We have Chisholm on the speakers list.
So how much did you start in here with conferences?
In the line of $5,000. $2,500. So nothing was spent out of our site visits. For the past 2 years, we've actually deemed it to not be necessary. We think that site visits it's a huge hassle because you have to fill out this the intent to travel form, and most of the time it's only for gas and stuff of that nature. And a lot of people would rather just pay out of pocket for gas. It also requires you to get a driving certificate from SOFS and whatnot, so it's a long process to actually just go to a place, for example, for Bethel to see the Basic Needs Center at Morgan State. That was the main one that we did this year. And we didn't use the line item because of just the hurdles. So it's just moving that money into our conference and retreats to make it a bit bigger, and conferences and retreats are the two things that we actually will be doing this year.
So there's a total for this whole year of seven, like if we transfer it 7,000 with conferences and.
Yes, yes. On the DC trip, there's 5 people, and there, I believe there's a Senate representative, I think it's Squish
And, Senator Perez.
included. One would be from Senate. I'm saying, two would be from Senate.
That's.
Yeah. So 2%. I forgot about that. Senate.
Well, obvious.
This is like the trip, like I'm just wondering, was there not like a cap on for traveling? There's like 10,000.
Those are surplus financial priorities. How an organization allocates their funds that are within their budget are not necessarily up to our discussion.
I was just.
Senator Fisher?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify, so the guidelines that we have are for surplus travel, and since technically this is money they've already been allocated, it's just being transferred over. Technically, our guidelines don't apply to it because it's not counted as surplus travel, but of course, like individually, you can still use them if you feel like you want to use them. I yield.
They can apply to however you'd like to vote, but. Anybody else on discussion? O'Neill?
But yeah, I'm just a little bit confused about everything. So you're transferring this in for what reason again?
So because we want to do a retreat and the conference, SOS is very, they pay a lot of attention to what line item actually comes out, and so the line item has to correlate to what you're actually doing. So because it's both, because we want to have $7,500 to cover both a retreat and also a conference for the entire year, we'd have to move funds from our side business, which we haven't used, into our conference retreat line.
Okay. I guess just the question I have for Xander is, does Ledge also have a retreat or conference line item?
No.
Why?
It has been a trend, lately, just kind of looking at previous budget requests, there's not been, retreat line item. So I didn't put one in for next year. I think it's also different, I guess their size changes and who goes, but I feel like it might be a little harder, for Ledge to organize something like that too, that size.
Okay, yeah, I guess I just fundamentally don't support it, so like, I feel like we just granted 12K for the libraries, and this would be a great amount to put into the libraries. Because Ledge doesn't have a retreat, I don't really understand what the retreat would be for. But, yeah, but it's just a transfer, so, I guess I'd just like to clarify that.
Do you want me to go over what the retreat would be for?
Sure.
Yeah, of course. So the retreat would basically, and we've sent out a request to all of our exec members to see who would want to go, and the RSVP has been all of exec, or majority of exec, I think 22 people out of 25. Basically what we'll be covering is our goals. The retreat is planned to be later this term, so at the very end, with the understanding that we have still a term left in office. So it would basically be about our goals moving forward, a reflection on the past, and also how can we accomplish our goals moving into our last few weeks in office. So bonding and also more professional stuff like that.
It's still you.
Why isn't anyone from the other branches invited to fill out the form?
That's a good question. Ledge is more than welcome to establish a line item, but again, I think that the concern would be more of price if we were to add more people on there. It is already expensive with just exec going. I'm sure that in the future though, that could possibly be a thing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of us in Ledge do think that it might be a waste of our money to go on traveling when we could use it for orgs, but yeah, I do.
All right, no one else on the speakers list. We will move into a roll call vote. Perez, Peters, Fisher, O'Neill, Taylor, Smith, Broussard, okay, MODFA, Chisholm, Stevenson, Purdue, Smith, Bailey, Morel, Madariaga, Fisher, Questenberry, Heffernan, and I say as well.
Thank you guys.
Before we move on, I also just want to note, if there's something that you as a senator would like to do that requires funding, we also all have access to come and make a surplus request. So just, while we don't have, maybe not have line items for as many projects, I don't want that to seem like something that's inaccessible, to all of you guys as well. Perez?
Yeah, to kind of add on to that and get back to Senator O'Neill, like with academic committee, from the past, I believe they would just go to surplus for their funds, right? So for that trend, I noticed like, instead of going to surplus, just put it in the line item. So, if a retreat or something is like Ledge as a branch really wants to go, maybe that's something in the future we can address, and just like Eric said, we can also just do a surplus request if you wanted to, but yeah, I yield.
All right, we will move forward with completed financial business. We now have a confirmation. Just for like, I guess, clarification, previously, the former Vice President, Jordan Ackman held this position on the Student Planning and Construction Committee. And now the Speaker Gill has nominated, Senator Bailey for this position. President Moreno.
Hi, yeah, sorry, I just wanted to make a clarification that this is not the replacement for former Vice President Ackerman. This is the replacement for Senator Withers. So the Student Planning Construction Committee requires that the Vice President sit on the committee, which is currently vacant, and it also requires that the Senate appoint a senator. So this would be replacing former Senator Withers' position.
Thank you, President Moreno. Any discussion from senators or motion? Senator Questenberry?
I think this looks great. I'm gonna just move to confirm Senator Robin Bailey to the Student Planning and Construction Committee.
Motion made by Questenberry, seconded Stevenson. Fisher?
Yeah, can someone just remind me of what this committee does? I just forget. I just don't remember.
This is a new committee to me.
Senator Bailey, do you know?
This is an old committee to Withers.
It's like how the IP is used in construction projects around campus, like facilities, that sort of thing. But I don't know any more than that, to be quite honest.
Okay,
Would you
like what kind of facilities?
can
President
yield to
Moreno?
Oh, yeah, I yield to President Moreno.
Hi, yes. So the Student Planning Construction Committee is actually under the building fee, and the committee hasn't been called since the EMU remodeling. So the Student Planning Construction Committee is the group of students that get to make a recommendation on, let's say, raising the building fee, which the last group of students did in order to fund the remodeling of the EMU, which totaled about $96 million. Building fee currently sitting at, I don't want to get it wrong, I think it's $45 for the whole year. But you get to make a recommendation to the Board of Trustees. The president of the university also gets to make a recommendation to the Board of Trustees. If there is a different recommendation, if they have two different recommendations and don't come to a compromise, they get to both make that before the board. But an example of this is, let's say we wanted to fund the boilers or the Latinx Cultural Center, we would get to make a recommendation saying, hey, we want to raise the building fee in order to fund this construction project, and hopefully come to a compromise with President Schultz. But if not, we could make that recommendation to the board ourselves.
Perfect. And then who else is on the committee?
CGL people, right?
I know, someone from CJL, Declan Zupo, is on the committee. And now maybe Senator Bailey?
Okay, cool. I yield. Thank you. Thank you, President Moreno.
Any other discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Perez,
Aye.
Peters,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
O'Neill,
Aye.
Taylor, Smith, Broussard, Hopperhead, DFA, Chisholm, Stevenson, Purdue, Smith, Bailey. Yeah. Morel. Madariaga. Fisher.
Aye.
Questenberry.
Aye.
Heffernan.
Aye.
And I say aye as well. Congratulations, Senator Manson. All right, now Finance Committee updates, Programs Finance Committee senators.
Okay, so we had our last hearing, appeals hearing last week. So this week we've been doing recalls. We did an initial round of recalls for $44,200. This is a flat rate from all organizations with a budget of over $20,000. And then about another 12,000 in extra. And we will be, because of the MOU with forensics and a bunch of other stuff, be doing recalls for another $23,000. So, yeah, I don't know, what else?
We have to do more.
Yeah, so basically, like, by the time we see you on Saturday morning, we will have recalled about 60, it's right now, it's actually 66,662, so really almost all sixes. And that'll place us about $132 over benchmark. So a total increase of 200K, I think. But just as a reminder, we had 20 new student organizations this year, and we also had 170 out of our 200 student orgs ask for an increase. So the end is near for us. We're having our last, if you haven't come to a PFC hearing for some reason, we may be having a recall hearing tomorrow at 6 o'clock, but no one signed up yet, so we probably won't be having hearings. But maybe, if you get lucky. And I'm gonna really recommend that you look at the budget tracker, which someone can send in the chat, the master budget tracker before Saturday. And look at not only our budget, but also the other budgets, but look at what we approved for specific student orgs, so that you can prepare questions that you may have for us about specific student organizations. If you would like to ask those questions, looking at that tracker is gonna help you be really prepared for Saturday. So yeah, I think that's everything from us. See you guys on Saturday, and you will continue to say it. Everybody.
Contracts Finance Committee.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say that, yeah, I think you guys would shut up about hearings, the following implementations is not like a new thing at all, because you know, we like approve their budgets, and now we have to email them, say like, we're taking this much, sorry, we don't have enough money. So yeah, it's just been a little, so be nice to us.
Yeah, we officially have reduced from student org requests $600,000. So keep that in mind.
Thank you, PFC, for the hard work there. CFC Senator Taylor.
I know, two really nice things to update y'all on. Our budget should be the same from what you guys have seen so far outside of OSA. We've allocated $10,000 in recurring funds to it, or to getting it started back up, and are trying to scrounge up as much funds as we can from other committees and other places. Also at our meeting on Tuesday, we approved the funding to wrap 100 of the Peace Health Bike baskets with ASU branding on top of closing the funding gap for Cascadia Mobility, the company that operates those. And then lastly, going back to Budget Bonanza, you guys definitely should look over all of our stuff and ask any questions you can before. We'd be happy to provide any information, and yeah, we look forward to Budget Bonanza.
Thank you. DFC Senator Hopperhead.
Yeah, just to echo everybody else, please look at the budget spreadsheet. Our information is also up to date, accurate in there. We don't have anything really to update because last week we had already voted on everything. So, yeah, we're super excited for Saturday. And prepare yourself, prepare questions. So we'll be ready to answer them. So thank you, Rachel.
And thank you to all the finance committees, a lot of hard work. We're nearing the end, so close. And yeah, see everyone Saturday. So Senate exec updates, academic chair Stevenson.
Hello, guys. Class wraps are all done, and so over the next, for the next few weeks, there's review, and is it Madriaga or Madriaga? Is there?
Madriaga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Senator Madriaga will be presenting group projects as far as getting more volunteers, and we would love for the finance committees, whoever wants to be involved can be. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I yield.
Thank you. Next on Buzz Heffernan.
Hi guys, I have 3 big things for you guys. First of all, reminder that the finance review meeting is tomorrow, 5:30. It's in a room in the science library. I do not remember exactly which one, but it's in all of your emails and the Teams chat. Yeah, please come if you're missing any finance committee attendance, or if you're AC and you just like haven't engaged much with the finance committees. Very good to learn, very good to prep. The other thing is that I have been made aware of another Senate training that I haven't given you guys. Yay! So I will be sending out, I have the email drafted, it will be in all of your emails. It is on viewpoint neutrality, which we are all supposed to adhere to when voting. And there is also an attached quiz due Wednesday before Senate next week. And the last thing is that committees have been getting a little bit of a revamp because frankly, we have like a bunch of new people on AC, which is terrific. So if you are a like committee chair or none of this sounds or looks familiar to you, please take a photo of it, reach out to the chairs. And yeah, some people got moved around.
Wait, why'd you make surplus inact?
Well, I'm not active right now. Yeah, Stevenson.
What is gonna decide the chairs for the team?
So those were, I just didn't want to put it in because I didn't know. Those are the external committees and I am not on one. I didn't know how it functioned, so I was just gonna ask the people on them, but I forgot to do it before Senate. They're not. These are the ones that are left over, Tyler, like the ones that I think are functioning. Yeah. Yeah, this is also in the drive, but I will send it in the chat.
Like 3 new people on my committee. But we already have a meeting time, so if you're added on my committee, can you come talk to me after this?
That's records and knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So that
Just to like.
Yvette, Marisol, Zoe, Dre.
Zoe,
Robin.
and Dre are all new, and we set our meeting time, so we'll talk about that,
Okay. Okay, that's it. I yield. Or Tyler. Sorry. I think it's just you in there. Is anybody else in there?
They were asking at the council if more of us could go on there. It's just a meeting once every other week. And this is like when I came to Senate last year and I was like, can we change the pass from pass to 11 to week 7 to week 10? That's how it got done. Like they go over how you like change how a course works or like what's required for a major to graduate. It's something I think that people really like, we should know about it because they're changing our curriculum and they're changing what classes we need to take. And they're asking for more student representation. It's just a bunch of professors. But I really would like if somebody could join that committee because they're asking for it, and I think it's really important that student voices are in it. It's a really important, and it can literally change the rules of how our university works, like I did last year, and to help move that through with this exact group.
Why don't we kill two birds with one stone if Robin and Dre and, well, Zoe's not here, are okay with moving on to that? Yeah,
Is that how it works? Aren't the extremely committees?
I believe you're just required to be on two committees if you're academic, is that?
I think at this point, it's just fulfilling.
We have a very small amount of committees because we haven't had the people to maintain them. So now I just want to keep the ones that are alive, alive.
But by the rules, technically academic senators are supposed to be on two internal committees. So everything that's not bank, and then two external committees. There's a lot more external committees than just those four, but there are issues with like reaching the people that run them and getting students on those committees. So if you'd like to be on both, that's an option as well. Smith? Oh, sorry.
Just to clarify, when you were, what's the most, you
Yeah.
were about putting yours once down and
Mhm.
asked if I wanted to. I mean, like, wait, is it possible to be on both at the same time? Is that, so that's an option?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can be on both at the same time. I have, okay. You can always join more committees. I'm just trying to get people at their base level at the moment.
Wait, so I can make this decision?
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
I'm just trying to get a base going for us to build off of. I also want to say that a lot of the internal committees have maximum amounts. So it has been difficult to actually get people to fulfill the requirements of like, you're on two internal committees when they're all full, except for records and knowledge is the one without a cap. So yeah. Oh, it's just the student planning construction committee, which
This is last year. You know,
Scholastic Review. Tyler?
But it's weird because they're doing it, like, okay, it basically has to do with like when a student has. Like they're about to get expelled or something, they're supposed to be students as on the board that help make the decisions, like if, like considering the evidence, basically if they like stand or not. I'm not too sure, but also they're not, I've contacted them, otherwise I can't play that. Really rude, because I feel like you should definitely be on something like that instead of just having like students.
I'd like to bug them. Can you put me down for that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, no worries.
Really good at saying.
And O'Neill, sorry, I know you asked a question. Do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, something like.
But for Zoom.
Yeah, I was just wondering for Senator Chisholm, does that committee or the meetings they go to, does that have to do with attendance policies too, or is that on?
I would think that this is the place to change any type of structural, like changing any type. This is the most direct you can get, because even though whatever they do still has to go through the US Senate, it's like, it goes through, like we can make the rules in there, we also pass it first, and then it's made up of mainly professors, as I said, so it tends to flow very well with US Senate because they bring a bunch of adults.
Anything else right now? And I'll send this in the group chat. If there's like a conflict or issue when you go through this, just Teams me. And that's it. That's all three. I yield.
All right, Treasurer Perez?
As always, echo the great Senator Peters, PSC is locked in, always locked in, we're about to wrap up. Show up to any meetings we might potentially have. Stipends should have gone out, and you should have also gotten an email saying, about direct deposit. So if you have any issues or haven't gotten it, please reach out. And, not really anything else new from me. I just kind of want to reiterate, I really had the budget hearing for Senate, like for next year's request. So if you have any questions or have any thoughts about, you know, what line items should be in there or anything you want to add, just let me know. We could, you know, figure something out, obviously. But yeah, that's all I have.
Next is me. I don't have too many updates. Obviously Budget Bonanza on Saturday, 9 AM in the Crater Lake Room. If you don't know where that is, it's right like in the dining hall area. There will be breakfast. You will not starve, but we will be there until we approve it. So be prepared to hang out. Senator O'Neill?
Check to make sure that there are gluten-free options there.
Yes, there are. I'm not really sure if it's like gluten-free breads, but they have like eggs and meat. It's like a standard like breakfast assortment and like fruit and stuff like that. Bailey? An email?
Yeah.
Would you like a message, like a reminder message? Okay, yes. We can send it, I'll send many, don't worry, I'll send so many. So we want you all to be there, okay. I don't really have any other updates, but thank you for being patient with me. First time being speaker up here, so thanks you guys. And
another life.
And another life, yeah. Director of Finance, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Again, I just want to echo, all the great job that committees are doing, finance committees are doing, in preparation for budget plans. So it's really important that you guys are all there. So huge shout out to all the finance committees, especially PHC, and $44,000 in state boards. I know it's complicated. I know it's not a bit from, your peers. Just want to try to get out there. I have a few updates on the behalf of the the State of the Universe was yesterday. It was awesome. We had speakers from the Springfield Tennis Association, about 25 signups for a tenant organization, organizing training. We also had Declan from the Climate Justice League, speak about UO's greenhouse gas emissions. And we had Gio from MLA, or LMA, speak about ice on campus. And we hope, to see more Senate participation in the next one in the spring. I just a show of hands, how many of you guys went to the State University? I guess it. Hope to see more of you guys in the spring.
That's bro. Walked in. Sorry.
There you go.
And
On another
then
note,
so much work too.
on another note, signups are open for ASUO's Salem Lobby Day. We'll be lobbying for a couple of things, the main one being mandatory eye certifications for K-12 and public higher education schools. And I will share a link to Aaron post into the Senate chat about an RSVP for that as well. Priscilla and Sasha are meeting with athletics tomorrow morning to share our findings from our student ticketing campaign and proposing alternatives. This is a fantastic committee that Sasha's been leading, and obviously senators are more than welcome to join in on those. I can also send some information on that as well, if senators are interested in that. Our Medicaid Abortion Coalition is putting on their resource fair tomorrow from 2 to 4 on the DMU Green. Lots of awesome resources like Plan B option or coupons, Planned Parenthood information, and an opportunity to fill out a survey. And that survey will be shared with DOHS. ASUO is also supporting a vigil of a PhD candidate, Eric, who tragically passed away over the weekend. We've been in partnership with GTFF on this and hope you join us in the morning in remembering of his life this Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Girlinger Lounge. Braden, Maya, and Priscilla have connected with the Cycle of Change Cycle Working Group to explore how we can partner with the city to implement signage and a crosswalk in danger spots for pedestrians down on Patterson. I also just want to note on this, I know that the department issued a statement regarding the passing of Eric, but I am hurt that the university did not send out a message on this issue. And I urge the university to do so as well. And it's really disheartening that they didn't. And then finally, a message from Priscilla. In solidarity with the national strike happening on Friday, Priscilla is calling the executive branch to a no work, no office hours and strongly recommending a new school day. We hope the legislative branch will join us. She will be available for any emergencies or urgent needs. She's working on an all-campus email with ICE resources, events, and actions students can take part in. She has sent out an all-student work leader email today, but she wants to ensure that an all-campus email includes all resources as possible. And that is all from the executive branch. Thank you.
Thank you, Director of Finance Bagley. We will now move to the adjournment.
I move to adjourn.
Second, Peters.
Motion made by Fisher, seconded Peters. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed? Other? Okay, we adjourn.
Seats up, please, for our custodial friends. Pass the placards down. Placards down. for the
Also-
clerk, seat up, custodian.
Also,
Please.
yes, no office hours on that day. Don't come to the office.
Raise your seat up.
Okay.
It helps the custodian, and then pass your placard down.
Oh,
Thank you for repeating your.
bye, Adrian. Hope we did you justice.